Okay, here is our nicely weeded garden. We have strawberries here, and that's a sunflower there at the end. Then we have corn, sweet sunshine, obviously doing really good. And we have golden bantam, which obviously didn't do so good, so we planted in some sweet sunshines in the holes. We still got some holes, but for the most part, that's not looking too bad. Then we got beans, bush beans, looking really good. Obviously the ones down there on the end were the first ones we put in, and then we filled spaces. So the shorter ones are obviously the ones we filled in. Then we have lima beans. Same thing here. Those on the end came in first, and then we have that big section in the middle that didn't come in, so those were planted about a week after. And we get a helicopter hovering over us for the last about half hour. Not sure exactly what it's doing. But back to our garden. We have, next row is peas. Obviously those at the end and those in the middle that are kind of getting out of control. Those were the first ones, and then that's obviously the other ones we planted. Then we have broccoli. This is a whole row of broccoli. We do have a few spaces, but not too bad. You see maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 spaces, give or take. So not too bad on the broccoli. Then we have lettuce. We've got a few different varieties: Paris Island, green salad bowl, red salad bowl, romaine, butter crunch, and then down on the end there's kind of weeds taken over, so I don't think there's much down there. And then our last row is Swiss chard on this end, up to about that white sign. And then we have some cabbage. We have maybe 2 or 3 doing pretty well, and a couple of small ones in there, so do have a lot of blank spaces on this row. And then we have over here garden number 3. Actually, this is number 3. We're just looking at number 1. And this we planted about 2 weeks ago. We've got pole beans. We've got 2 rows of cucumbers, different kinds: Boston Pickler, Space Master. Can't think of the others off the top of my head. And then the last 2 rows are squash and zucchini. I believe this one's summer squash and zucchini, and then we have winter squashes on the last row, which seems to be doing pretty good. Not too bad.